beautiful morning. I am at a place called Stewart's Point Overlook in Overton, Nevada. But this is the tip of Lake Mead. I don't know, like 45 minutes outside of Las Vegas. Trust me, I have no interest in going to Vegas. I've been there a million times and it's all about business every time I go, so I'm over it. This is a beautiful place to be, and I'm so very grateful. In fact, just the other day, as I was hitching up to leave from St. George, I was praying and actually journaled about, okay, I'm tired of the desert, dirt, and dust. I'd like to have some solid ground and some water. And the Lord provided. However, there's a sacrifice because it's hot and my generator will not run my air conditioning. So there's a few hours during the day where the trailer is just a hot box. Yesterday, I was doing therapy sessions and just sweating. I actually got out ice packs and just laid the ice packs on me, laid on my bed and laid the ice packs on me so I could remain cool enough. So that's a disappointment. I started looking for other places to go to avoid this heat while I was in the midst of basically this massive heat wave, but just realized that it's going to be hot like this anywhere I go until I get closer to home. And it's too early to go to home and I don't have anywhere else I can stay right now. Um, so if I want to be in heat, I'd rather have this water feature. So we're out early in the morning. This is the second morning. We've only been here 2 mornings. So both days so far, we just come out at 6:30 in the morning because it's cool enough. Wears out the dog, wears out me, so I don't have to worry about letting him play. He's already done it. And then I just keep him quiet during the hottest hours. That way he doesn't overwhelm himself and get overheated. Me too. Can I manage the heat for 3 more days? I hope so, because I really won't have much of a choice. So I'm even tempted just to hop in my truck and start the engine and run the air conditioning because that Ford air conditioning is awesome. I'm headed home is where I'm going, not home base, Temecula. But I have come to learn that Temecula is not my home. I have no, I don't think I have any real reason to stay and start over there. I've already started over. Look at that. This is my starting over. I'm giving up. I think I told you before, I'm giving up my office at Michelle's place. I'm headed home to pack up the office. It'll save me several $100s a month. Put whatever's in there in storage. There's a few things I want to gather from storage. Some other business things I need to take care of. I've decided just to keep the gray. So I've made a hair appointment just to give me some highlights to let it start to blend in naturally. I have to get the dog groomed. Poor dude needs a bath. I want to see my friend do some wine and music, which will be great. See my grandchildren, of course, and hopefully I'll definitely see my parents and hopefully my daughter and my son. Spent a lot of time in the Word and it with spirit and just talking to God and then being quiet to listen. Not that I was doing anything wrong. I just came to an end of a season. I've always had this strong faith, and I realized this. I was reinforced that even in my journals, I was always praying. I was always trusting God. So it's not that I lost my faith. It's not that I did something wrong or turned down a wrong path. It's just what I learned was other elements of my family dynamics, and that it was time for me to break free from some of these bonds and anchors that were holding me back for my whole life. My identity was challenged, good daughter, good mother. And it was just time for me to deconstruct everything and write a new sequel, which is what I'm doing. I'm writing a new sequel. These are some of the things I've had to learn because my perfectionism over my entire lifetime has caused me to always be uber responsible and finish everything and take care of business. I even have another poem that I've been working on that tired of being strong. I'm tired of being labeled strong. I'm exhausted, but not anymore. I've done a lot of healing work, and healing has to be deliberate and intentional. It's not like you just go out and you get over it. I shared with a client the other day who had a revelation about her upbringing, how she got to the point of feeling unworthy of success. She had a little breakthrough and it was like, now what? I'm like, now you have to accept it. And then you have to work through the emotions of the realization. And then you have to do some healing over it. And just because you acknowledge it and you're aware of it now doesn't mean that it automatically goes away and you're fixed now. So when people tell you, you need to get over it, okay, I'll start working on it. But if they expect you to get over it the minute that you accept that it happened, then they're just gaslighting you. Or they've done something to you and they just want you to get over it so that it makes them feel better. So these are some of the lessons that I've learned. The lesson of forgiveness. If you haven't had chance to grieve the injury, then forgiveness is not authentic. So if somebody tells you you need to forgive them, give me time to grieve this injury first, and then I'll work on the forgiveness part. Then if you're not getting the support and compassion and empathy that you need from the person that's telling you that you just need to forgive and forget, then they don't really understand. And I think that's either some of the things that I have had to share with other clients, but it's also lessons that I've been just learning through this healing process. So, like I say, I'm not as traumatized or sad or grief stricken or feeling guilty like I was in the very beginning of this journey. I've had a lot of healing experiences. For example, I could look out at Lake Mead and in the lapping of the water, the heat, the desert, seeing the burros, the crows, all of it is very reminiscent to me when I was in my 20s, when I was married, and after my divorce too. We would come out to Lake Mead with our boats and pile in all of our camping gear, our tent, our ice chests, our skis, and everything, and drive out to a cove in the middle of the lake and set up camp and stay there for 2 or 3 days and water ski in the morning and hang out and drink beer and party. And these were a long time ago, and I hadn't really thought about them for a long time. And this is very reminiscent, but that's how I mean healing, because I would have never really been open to consider remembering those memories from so many years ago when I was still married, before I had kids, before divorce, before professional trauma. I'm grateful to be out here and having these learning experience. Now I'm headed home and I have business to take care of. I have people to see, not a lot. The last time I went back to Temecula was to put my dad in a hospice and to take care of the medical stuff. I had to make it a quick trip because I'd already had arrangements, reservations in a RV park that I paid for, and I couldn't afford, and rain was coming. I had to get skedaddle or I'd be stuck there. And that was months ago. Now I'm going back and it's going to be different. I'm a little more healed. I'm a little less fragile. I can't say I'm all the way healed. There's still some things that are going on in my life that still need to be reconciled, but God's working in me. He's keeping me patient and humble and authentic. And he gave me this dog to just love on, which I have a lot of love to give. And I'm grateful that I have this spoiled dog now. Just kidding. Total love dog. Kiz, right, Kismet? You a love dog, huh? He is. Very loved. Anyway, so that's going to be it for this update. We're going to be here for a couple of days. I'm going to stick it out. I figure with ice packs and stuff like that, I'll be able to make it. But there really isn't anywhere from where I am going down the Interstate 15 into California through Las Vegas. I'm not going to stay at a casino. It's going to be hot there too. I got this dog and he's better off in an environment like this, even if we're hot. And any other place that I considered was also going to be as hot, but no water feature to look at until I get down to Barstow. So I am going to go down there a day early. There's a 50s diner that I'm familiar with that will let you stay. And then just about 15 minutes up the road is a truck wash. And I'm hoping to get the trailer a good bath. So that's a good use of my time on Saturday. And then Sunday, I already have reservations at a winery in Temecula as I wait out my time until I can check into my RV park on Monday. So I have a few days here to deal with the heat. So I'm just going to pray that it's okay, that I'll survive it. We have plenty of food and water and we should be good. If not, that's the nice thing about my setup is that if I run out of stuff, I can pick up and go. I didn't unhitch the trailer from the truck. I didn't want to. I figured I don't need to right now. And that's just an extra step I don't have to take in a couple of days. So that's it for my update. It's like a lot of emotions go on and a lot of grief. And I'm very grateful for the work that I do because it also helps to normalize what I'm feeling when I'm working with another client. I get aha moments for myself. And sometimes if it's relevant, I even share with my client to help them understand what's going on with them. So it's not over. I'm back to journaling. I started working on my Tree of Life book, which is spiritual lessons and stories that heal your heart. I'm also putting in like scientific principles. So science, psychology, scripture, philosophy, things like that. And it's an artsy book. It's a leather-bound journal. And I'm not very artsy, so it looks like a kindergartner's doing it, but I figure it'll take me 20 years to finish it because it's 600 pages. And so I've been working a little bit on that. I've been letting the Dead Air book marinate as I contemplate changes, but I'm wondering if I'm really passionate about that story anymore. So I'm just like letting it sit for a minute until I get home and kind of reassess and figure out where I'm going to go next. I'm still looking for my people and where I belong. I think that's what my quest is. Where's my people? Where do I belong? That's what I'm asking myself right now. So I'm just out here wandering until I find it. Not a bad location to wander. Yeah. All right. Over and out. Adventures of Kelly and Kismet continue.